What's going on, guys? So, I have a discussion today that has been inspired by Nimnim's video. And it's not me disagreeing with him, so before everybody thinks that, I would like to just say it's not me doing that. So, Nimnim posted a video saying Road to 2 doesn't change anything. And for people that think I love Battle in the Box for 6 Samurais, I would agree. All it did, the only reason why I've been wanting Road to 2 and everything, is not because it makes Battle in the Box for 6 Samurais, or any warrior deck for that matter, a million times better. It's more that it's just like, you know what, now I have like a 2% oomph more than I did before. I know Battle in the Boxers aren't tier 5 or, tier 3 or anything like that. It's just something fun that I like to play, so it's just like, Road to 2, you know what, now I have a little bit more consistency, that's about it. Nothing more major going on. Now, I know he wasn't out calling me anything about that. It just gave me an idea for a discussion. How much, and the discussion is, how much consistency does a deck need to be good, and then how much consistency does a deck need to be overpowered? Now I brought this up because he brought it up, and I brought it up in the banlist video, 6 Sams now has 5 searchers. Yet, the deck is not going to do anything. We all know that. Like I said, the only reason it would ever, anytime it would ever do anything is if Shein went back to 2 maybe, but I don't think it would do anything then. I think we at least need 1 gateway for it to be competitive. And we need Shein to 2. But regardless, they have 5 searchers, and they're not going to do anything. Yes, will you see rogue ones? Yeah, you'll see a rogue deck of everything. And I thought maybe now you would see more rogue decks too, when you go to locals or something, or regional, and have, even though there's no regionals right now, but because there's 5 searchers, so like, come on. I would try playing it just for a little bit. You got 5 searchers, why the fuck not? But, in that note, there are decks that have no searchers that are very consistent decks, and very good. And I'm not saying, like, they don't have a searcher as in, like, generic, like, oh, search this monster. I'm saying they don't really even have a searcher necessarily, and yet the deck is very good. But where is the in-between? Because, so, if you gave Boojins 5 searchers, it would be insanely crazy, awesome, / bad for the format. And game. Even though Boojins haven't been doing anything, you give them 5 searchers, they might start doing some stuff. Now, you got your, you know, but then you got your 6 Sams, you have 5 searchers, and they're not going to do anything. Honestly, even if Roto was at 3, Battle in the Boxers would not be going up any higher. If they wouldn't. They would be consistent, don't get me wrong, they would be consistent. 3 searchers, that's pretty good. And they would be do some more things, but they still lose to Big Eye and number 101 and anything that, you know, banishes. But, though, at the same time, Battle in the Boxers, if they get their support that the OCG still has that we don't, I would not say they're tier 1, but I feel like they would be tier 2, tier 3, not tier 2, tier 3. Because with the new cards that came out just recently, and the cards that are still in the OCG we don't have yet, that makes that deck insanely way better than it is at this current state. I'm not saying it'll be number 1 or number 2, I'm just saying it makes it insanely better from where it is now, especially if we got rotated to 3. But anyways, I digress about the Battle in Boxer things. Now, if Boojins have 5 searchers, that's one thing. We have hieratic dragons that were a thing months ago, and they took a searcher from 3 to 2, and it really didn't do much for it. So, consistency only goes so far in a deck, and I know people will be like, well, you know what, David, consistency is what makes a deck. True, but it's also about the power behind it. Like I said, 6 Sams has the consistency, not the power. Battle of the Boxers, half and half of the consistency, has medium power. Boojins actually still have very good consistency with the Tenki to 3. Is Tenki still 3? For some reason, I don't know why I don't know that, and I should, so don't make fun of me. But I think Tenki's still 3, and that is enough searching for Boojins, and that's a good deck. Plus, they have dualities, and they don't need to special summon, really. So, 3 dualities, 3 Tenki, what the fuck? But anyways, so yeah, consistency goes so far, but people always say, you know, going on with Nimnim said, some people are thinking, oh, 6 Sams have 5 searchers now, I'm going to play this deck and I think it'll be amazing. Consistency has to go with power. 6 Sams don't really have the power, but they have the consistency. You need a deck that has power and consistency. And that makes me go into the next topic. Well, what makes a great deck? Having a deck that's just completely... What I mean by power is I don't mean the deck's powerful, I mean like what it can do as in power-wise. I'm not even talking about... Even if the plays are long, it has power. A deck needs medium power and medium consistency to make it all to go together. If you just have no consistency, but good power, it's going to be a bitch to get out and you're never going to be able to use your power. If you have high consistency and low power, yeah, you might be consistent, you may be able to do stuff sometimes because you're so consistent. Like 6 Sams, they don't have that much power, but they can OTK at times, even with the, you know, even with Gateway gone. But you need something that is consistent, but still have medium power. Now, that's why the Dragon Rulers were a thing, way in the back, because they had consistency plus extreme power. like consistent out the wazoo and extreme power out the wazoo back in the day. No wonder that deck was good. But the higher the consistency and higher the power that go correlate with each other, of course it's going to be the better the deck. But as in this current state right now, we don't have any decks that are super high consistent and super high powerful. It's still in the middle. Now Light Sworns, you could say, are very consistent with the milling, but there's still days where you can get bad mills. Also, the hats are consistent, but they're not consistent. They are, but they're not. Like, they're not bad consistency in the artifacts, but like, it's a good deck. And it's just good for right now, because hats are just amazing. Now, if hats were searchable, oh my god, that would make it even better. Because hats are right now with alright consistency, with pretty good power. I'd say it's a little higher than medium, but it's not full-on extreme. Now, I know I'm probably confusing maybe you or myself, but what I'm trying to say is, I'm agreeing with Nimnim saying, having a bunch of consistency does not make a deck. If you see a deck that, if you're looking for decks, rogue decks, or new decks that come out and you just see the consistency, you have to make sure it's got the power. Now, that's why Star Seraphs, I think, are going to be awesome. They got consistency at the wazoo, and they're rank 4 spams. So rank 4 spam consistency is amazing, because you could just keep spamming number 101s. Now, if a lot of the good rank 4s got hit, that deck wouldn't be as good. But they are going to be great, because they got the rank 4 spamming, and they got the consistency, which is just amazing to have all around. Now, guys, that's all it is for me. It was just me getting some thought on my head and trying to correlate what makes a good deck. But I know I probably got it my own butt, but you know, sometimes that thing happens. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Peace!